We go now to Republican Congresswoman Martha McSally of Arizona for more on this. She sits on both the Armed Services and Homeland Security committees. Congresswoman, thank you very much for talking to us.
Absolutely.
What do you believe of the president's decision? Was it the right one?
It was absolutely the right thing to do. Look, Jerusalem has been the capital of Israel and for the Jewish people since about 3,000 years ago. And 22 years ago, a law was passed, voted on by Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and others to make and identify, really to recognize Jerusalem as their eternal and undivided capital. And for 22 years, America has not been good on its promise. So the president did the right thing in his leadership to say, we stand by this promise in recognizing what the capital actually is and moving our embassy there. We are the leader of the free world, and this was a bold move that was the right thing to do, and I really applaud it.
What is your reaction to the UN Council denouncing President Trump's decision on Jerusalem?
Well, the UN has a history of tremendous hostility towards Israel, so they don't have much credibility, unfortunately, on this topic. Again, we need to show that leadership to say we're going to stand by our strong democratic ally in the region, and we're going to stand against the terrorists who are going to try to destroy them. And by the way, that includes, really, the Palestinian Authority has no credibility here. They're continuing to send hundreds of millions of dollars to terrorists and terrorist families to incite violence and to support terrorism against the Israeli people. And I stood on the border of the Gaza Strip. Hamas, the terrorist organization that has an infusion of cash from their supporter Iran, thanks to the Obama administration, as just looking for opportunities to try and attack Israel. These are no reasons for us to stop doing the right thing. And we need to march forward to move the embassy to Jerusalem. Again, it's very much the right decision.
Okay. Meantime, Nikki Haley has continued to defend the president. Here she is speaking at the UN yesterday. Let's listen to that.
The United States has not taken a position on boundaries or borders. The specific dimensions of sovereignty over Jerusalem are still to be decided by the Israelis and the Palestinians in negotiations. The United States has not advocated changing any of the arrangements at the Temple Mount Harim al-Sharif. The president specifically called for maintaining the status quo at the holy sites.
Okay, so there's been so much backlash due to this. A lot of the media was reporting and focusing so much on how, the president is trying to erase 70 years of history, and it was really neglected to be reported and quite frankly, irresponsible. Not to bring up the fact that Congress actually voted on this in 1995.
Yes.
This is not anything new. It was voted on.
No.
The president himself had made the promise he would do so. He wanted to see if there would be some peace and there would be resolve in the Palestinian-Israeli peace process, and there hasn't been. So he is basically just upholding a decision made by Congress many years ago.
Right, he's upholding the law that, again, many Democrats voted for. He's fulfilling a campaign promise, and he's recognizing reality, that this is the capital of Israel. The parliament is there, the Supreme Court is there, the prime minister, they're all in Jerusalem. And look, people talking about upending diplomacy. Diplomacy is not working, and something needs to change. And he is a disruptor, and in this case, the failed and stalled talks are not working. So maybe showing some bold leadership and saying we're standing by our ally can actually provide the opportunity for these talks to resume and be sorted out. Again, some of these issues need to be sorted out, but they need to come to the table, and the Palestinian Authority needs to stop inciting and paying for violence. They should really be focusing more on that instead of this issue.
All right, Congresswoman Martha McSally, thank you very much.